Welcome. Cass Tech students and faculty, you may be seated. Good evening. My name is Dr. Melissa Alcala, principal of Cass Tech High School. On behalf of the faculty of Cass Tech, I welcome everyone to our special celebration of the graduating class of 2022. Thank you all for being here today. The faculty, staff, and administration of Cass Tech thanks you for helping us make this year's graduation ceremony special. Our graduates have worked extremely hard for 4 years and have met the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency. This is one of the most important accomplishments to date in these young adults' lives. To all those who are here today, thank you for being here to share this very special moment. Thank you for helping us make this event safe for everyone. And most importantly, thank you for showing your respect to these graduates by acknowledging their success with your applause. We thank you in advance for your help and cooperation in making graduation 2022 a dignified and memorable celebration. Now, at this time, the national anthem, Pledge of Allegiance, and pledge to the Texas flag will be presented by Corey Cortez.
Good evening, Cass Tech. Do you know what time it is? I know I do. It's time for a super duper fun and amazing graduation ceremony. As I have done for the past 4 years now, I ask you all, for one final time, to please rise for the playing of the anthem and the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please keep your hand over your heart for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may now be seated. Now, to introduce our stage guest this evening, please join me in welcoming Megan Maldonado to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Education, Superintendent Aquino, the administration, staff, and faculty of Cass Tech High School, we welcome you to the 2022 commencement exercises. It is my privilege to introduce our guests on stage this evening. From the leadership of San Antonio Independent School District, Dr. Jaime Aquino, Superintendent of Schools. Christina Martinez, SAISD Board President, District 6. Arthur V. Valdez, SAISD Board Secretary, District 4. Patricia Salzman, Deputy Superintendent, Office of Academics and School Leadership. John Norman, Senior Executive Director, Office of Innovation. Angelica Romero, Assistant Superintendent, iZone. Dr. Johnny Vahalik, Assistant Superintendent, College, Career, Military Readiness. Ms. Carol Mendenhall, Director of Program Design and Professional Development. Mr. Eric Nieves, founder of Plus One Robotics, Cass Tech Schools board member. It is also my honor to introduce my fellow students this evening. Thomas Farias. Raymond Gutierrez Jr. Carissa Cowan. And Rain Aguilar. In accordance with Cass Tech's commitment to student voice and agency, throughout this evening, my fellow students will be facilitating graduation and sharing our reflections as the graduating class of 2022. I now introduce you to Thomas Farias, who will share tonight's address to the community in which we are all asked to appreciate this moment. Thank you.
Good evening. As we begin this ceremony and the evening quickly becomes an exciting blur, I would like for everybody to take a moment and please close your eyes. Take a deep breath and let it go. Really appreciate where we are. We're still young and we have a lot of life left to live. We're free to choose how we want to lead the rest of our lives and free to search for our purpose and continue to search. Sitting in a chair on a football field in high school, it is completely fine to not know how you want to spend the rest of your life. What's most important, however, is to recognize that we will never be here again. We will never walk this stage again, and we will never all be assembled as a class like this again. The people with whom we have spent the last 4 years and seen on a daily basis will, for the most part, be replaced by new people. Indeed, just as our middle school friends had their spots taken by our high school friends will have their spots taken by people we haven't even met yet. One day we'll wake up and realize that our lives have changed beyond recognition. In light of this, it's important to recognize who we are now and appreciate the time we are given as it passes. Although we all have our own unique goals, values, and views of the world, that doesn't change the fact that we are all subject to the same limitations. You'll only live this moment once. This is true for the next moment, and the next one, and the one after that. Our time is fleeting, and we will all have to confront the same question one day: did I use my time well? We are not the first group of people to wrestle with the issue of what to do with the time that we're given. When his young companion wished that an awful war didn't happen in his time, the wizard Gandalf gave some wonderful advice that rings true in our own lives. "So do I," he said, "and so do all who live to see such times. But that's not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Whether we are on Tolkien's Middle-earth or our very real Earth, we cannot control the circumstances into which we are born. We cannot control natural disasters, nor wars, nor any of the actions of other people. We can, however, decide what we want to do with our time. We can choose to make the most of anything that's thrown at us. Looking back on my time in high school, little moments stand out the most. I remember looking out at Corpus Christi Bay from the Texas State Aquarium. I remember banter about business ideas in Mr. Gothi's class. And I remember goofing off in Miss McDonald's Zoom chat. Memories like these remind me of how much I enjoy the people I've had the pleasure of being around for the last 4 years. Y'all have been my companions, my friends, my family, and it's my sincere hope that every one of you finds happiness and fulfillment in your lives. Thanks to y'all, as I reflect on my experience at Cass Tech, it becomes clear to me that it was time well spent. Beyond the connections we formed as a school, there is another group that quite literally has your back right now. Behind you graduates are your families, friends, guardians, and community that have supported you, not just in the past 4 years, but literally a lifetime. In the spirit of gratitude, I'd also like to take a moment to allow you all to recognize the people in your lives who have helped you become who you are today. As I end my speech this evening, I will ask for applause, but not for myself. May I please have the class of 2022 rise, turn towards your families, and applaud them for their support. Please turn back around and be seated. The rest of this ceremony is going to fly by, so be sure to take the time to really appreciate this moment. Thank you. Now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Alcala back to the podium to give her reflection on the class of 2022.
Class of 2022, here are some highlight achievements from your cohort. Over $6 million in total scholarships earned. Over 88% of you are headed to a college or university. 93% achieved a college and career readiness indicator. And 87% completed work-based learning or internship with an industry partner, other local business, or nonprofit. Way to go. At each graduation, I share a phrase or term that embodies the personality of the cohort. For this group, the class of 2022, I selected the term advocacy. The skill of advocacy is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage, research, reflection, and problem solving to appropriately advocate. Samantha Power, a journalist and diplomat, once said, "Advocacy at its core is an exercise in empathy." As a cohort, you have shared the feelings and needs of yourself and others so that all may be better understood and flourish. Your last senior project at Cass Tech is termed the Legacy Project. This is another exercise in advocacy in which you identified a solution to make our school better for the students that follow. Your presentations were thoughtful as you addressed solutions to improve campus safety, human connection, fundraising, field trip experiences, student complacency, school culture, and pathway integration within the core curriculum. During your senior showcase that your parents just came to last week, it was a celebration to see and hear your skill development put into practice. Not only did you work in a team, but you managed the project to meet a given timeline, received and acted upon constructive criticism as you identified a school cause and provided viable solutions to benefit the future students of Cass Tech. In short, you work to improve the user experience through advocacy for all in the Cass Tech community. At Cass Tech, we recognize students each grading cycle for particular attributes, and I'm going to ask for your help. The first attribute starts with the letter C and represents character. Letter A is attitude. S, service. And T, trailblazer. I want you to think about how each of these terms fit with the word advocate. As an effective advocate, you must have a character defined by courage, compassion, and concern. an attitude that engages in others' perspective and self-reflection, a heart of service, willing to give your time and talents for the good of others, and a willingness to blaze new trails to create and improve the world around you. As you journey through life as an adult, it is advocacy that will allow you to be a voice for those that need support and assistance, accept a strategic risk, research an issue and refine your perspective, changing course if you need to, and being of service to others or support a cause in a meaningful way. You each have unique, God-given talents that are to be nurtured and developed. As you prepare to launch into your college or career, use your talents and passions to guide your next steps toward a vocation and purpose that brings you fulfillment and meaning. In short, have the courage to listen with your heart and mind, reflect, and then act upon it. We call this self-advocacy, which you all exhibit well. Class of 2022, we, the Cass Tech faculty, are proud of you. It's been a gift to be a part of your life these past 4 years, and our parting words are, you will always be special to us. Continue to use your voice and talents to create a better world for us all. At this time, Raymond Gutierrez Jr. will come forward to share some remarks about finding your own success.
It's such a privilege to share this moment with each of my peers. We've worked for so long to achieve this moment, and now we're here. Just like that, we are no longer in the comforting halls of high school. Gathered here today in our graduation robes, we have reached what is for many people the first significant milestone in our journeys, high school graduation. But that is not the only milestone we will reach. The greatest difference between here and the future is the next milestone is completely up to you. Where will you go? College, military, the workforce, or are you still trying to figure it out? Whatever path you choose, it is important to recognize you are the only one that can push yourself to be the best. You may have family and friends to support you along the way, but in the end, it's your decision whether you'd like to better yourself. Throughout my years competing in martial arts, I had the support of both my dojo and family. But in the end, it was up to me to put in the extra hours of training and become the fighter I am today, both in and outside of the dojo. During my time at Cass Tech, I found that many of you have the motivation it takes to be successful. Whether it be our theater troupe making it to regionals, an accomplishment last achieved in the district nearly 15 years ago, the chess club winning a district-wide tournament, or even our Cyber Patriots, earning platinum level recognition and the best open division team in San Antonio for 2 consecutive years. Our class put in the effort. Success looked different in each of these examples, be it in applauding audience, thinking deeply over a chessboard, or analyzing virtual machines for vulnerabilities. Each of these groups found their own path to triumph. What I am trying to make clear is that none of us will end up in the same place, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. Success can take on many different forms and hold many different meanings to each individual. The key is finding what success looks like to you. I encourage you all not to compare yourself to people's versions of success. Instead, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday, remembering that each day is another day to improve upon yourself. Miyamoto Musashi was a Japanese swordsman, philosopher, and author of the Book of the Five Rings. I originally read this book because I was seeking to understand how I could better myself in martial arts, but I found so much more. Miyamoto describes the ability of finding calm even in the distress of battle, balancing both a chaotic and harmonizing lifestyle. Very similar to how he wielded his double-bladed sword, we must now find the balance and calm in the chaos of our own battles. So I'd like you to ponder on this quote from Musashi. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. I assure you all, within each of you is everything you need to find success. Within each of you are talents to be developed, hobbies to be nurtured, and interests to be pursued. I encourage you now to use the skills and abilities you have developed at Cass Tech to help you choose your next path and find your own version of success. Thank you. While it is important to recognize the role you play in your own success, it is also important to recognize how you can impact the success of others. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Carissa Cowan, who will speak to how we can use our talents to help others.
Julie Andrews, an English actress, singer, and author, wisely said, "Use your knowledge and your heart to stand up for those who can't stand and speak for those who can't speak." I ask you all to understand that education is a privilege, and you should use it to help others. Take everything you've learned at Cass Tech and use it to contribute to a purpose larger than yourself. From those math equations you've memorized to those anger issues you've gotten under control, take these skills and help those who may not have that same knowledge. You may have an excess of what someone lacks, and you should be grateful to those who help fulfill your shortfalls. When I first entered high school, my social skills were lacking. I made friends through my carpool group, and one such friendship that endured is with Kine Kerr, who I've always looked up to from a social point of view. He seemed to effortlessly form connections between everyone he encountered, and I learned a lot from his genuine kindness. Humans learn by exposure, so as we grew closer and I witnessed him bring so many people together, I knew that I wanted to do the same. Through working on my social life, I made a discovery that many students don't their first year of high school. Teachers are people too. I'm grateful to have formed bonds with so many of my teachers, especially Mr. McMillan, Ms. Affion, and Mr. King. They'd always eat lunch together in Mr. McMillan's room, so when I felt I had no one to eat with, they welcomed me with open arms. Ms. Affion only taught me junior year, but due to Mr. McMillan and Mr. King's kind words, her first impression of me was nothing but positive. I'm grateful to everyone in my life that has strengthened my ability to form connections simply through showing me how easy it is to start with a kind word or a joke. Use your knowledge and your heart to stand up for those who can't stand. Not everyone is as bold, strong, or as selfless as you. Many people struggle to stand under the weight of harmful words, high expectations, or other hardships that exist in the world today. On my first day of freshman year, my mom asked some random girl to show me where the cafeteria was. Although I was quite embarrassed back then, that girl, Zoe Brown, ended up becoming a very close friend of mine. My mom has always been a crutch for me to lean on when I couldn't stand alone. She's always stood up for me with her confidence and kindness. And throughout the years, she's helped me become strong enough to stand up for myself, creating the resilient and independent young woman you see speaking on this stage. When someone cannot fight for themselves or their beliefs due to paralyzing fear or complacency, lend them your strength and courage. Never underestimate the impact you can have on someone else's life. When anyone is held down by a weight you can lift, help free them without thinking twice. Ava, my best friend of almost 12 years, has always been a source of stability throughout my life. Children are social by nature, so the weight of 2 years of mandatory isolation was difficult to adjust to, but fortunately, I was not alone. Throughout most of junior year, Ava would eagerly invite me to her house to study or just hang out. And I don't think she'll ever be truly aware of it, but a pattern as small as that in such an unpredictable world lifted that weight and helped me push through each day knowing she'd be there the next. This is not the first time you've been asked to serve others. Anyone, regardless of their academic standing, has had the opportunity every 9 weeks to earn one of the 4 Cass Tech pins for character, attitude, service, or trailblazing. The service pillar is earned through voluntarily engaging in work throughout your school or community without the expectation of something in return. One student won it because they stayed after school to help the custodians with their duties. Another won it because they used a 3D printer at home to help make face shields for hospitals. And those are just 2 examples of how Cass Tech students fully embrace their duty to serve others and their community. Just as we were told the importance of selfless service during high school, I encourage you all to continue to seek out opportunities to serve once you leave this stadium tonight. The lesson that I want you all to act upon every day is use your strengths and skills to build up and support those around you. Those actions will make you both vigorous in the end. Thank you. I now invite Dr. Akala back to the podium for the presentation of the class to the school board.
At this time, Trustee Cristina Martinez, Board President of the San Antonio Independent School District, please come forward to accept the Cass Tech High School Class of 2022.
Cass Tech graduates, this moment is yours. Your graduation day is a day of joy, and I share your deep sense of accomplishment. I want you to know that your individual and collective achievements give meaning to the work of being a board member for SAISD. You have learned by doing and innovating in the classroom. You have shadowed and participated in internships. And during the process, you have tackled projects related to real-world needs. You have leveraged the newest technology and actively used it in your industry internships and work-based learning. That is extremely cool to have done all by your senior year in high school. We also deeply appreciate the dedication and commitment of the educators who have supported your learning, who have mentored and guided you to this point. And your parents have done even more. There is a very personal story behind each of you. You have had many successes and setbacks, achieved significant milestones, made sacrifices, and met special challenges on your path to this point today. You are our future, and what you make of it will impact all of us. Congratulations to each of you, and best wishes in your future.
With the class of 2022, please stand. Ms. Martinez, it is without reservation on behalf of the faculty and administration of Cass Tech, I do hereby certify that all of the students standing before you this evening have met the requirements of the completion of high school and graduation from Cass Tech.
By the authority vested in me, I hereby accept the recommendation of the faculty and administration of Cass Tech High School and declare the assembled candidates qualified for the award about to be presented. On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to extend my personal congratulations to each member of the Cass Tech High School class of 2022 and wish you continued success. Please be seated.
Members of the Cass Tech community, please join me one more time with applause to recognize these outstanding graduates. Seniors, this is the moment your families and you have been waiting for. Faculty and staff members will assist you as you come up to the stage, one row at a time. Will the first row please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Corey Alexander Cortez will be attending Northwest Vista College. Megan Juliana Maldonado will be attending University of the Incarnate Word. Thomas Meyer Farias will be attending Trinity University. Raymond Gutierrez Jr. will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Carissa Marie Cowan will be attending Texas A&M College Station. Rain Isela Ann Aguilar will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Ernest Acosta will be attending San Antonio College. Catherine Diane Aleman will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces. Bain Emery Alt will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Clarissa Miranda Arambula will be attending Palo Alto College. Jesse Xavier Arce will be attending Northwest Vista College. Angelina Ayala will be attending Palo Alto College. John Matthew Beltran will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Natalia Sylvia Burnaby will be attending St. Philip's College. Jessica Viviano will be attending University of Texas, Austin. Edward Sanchez Baim will be attending Texas State University. Gabriel Connor Brzezinski will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Zoe Alexandra Brown will be enlisting in the United States Army. Milana Estela Buche will be attending Texas A&M College Station. Paola Elena Cano Cantu will be attending Savannah College of Art and Design. Eris Jade Carvajal will be attending Austin College. Jaime Enrique Castillo will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces.
That's Lola up. Lola's up.
Lourdes Gabriel Castro will be attending University of the Incarnate Word. Abdiel Cervantes Jr. will be attending St. Philip's College. Yasu Asanet Chavez Jimenez will be attending Texas State University. Victor Ignacio Colunga will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Arcelio René Cordova will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Kirsten Bell Dannenberg will be attending University of Colorado Boulder. Anthony Jeremiah de la Rosa will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Matthew Delgado will be attending San Antonio College. Nathania Yvonne Diaz will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Sean Gabriel Eggleston will be attending Texas A&M College Station. Robert Michael Elizondo Jr. will be attending San Antonio College.
Juan doesn't have his card. He's up after Nick.
Nicholas Matthew Escobedo Lipardo will be attending St. Philip's College. Juan Emilio Esparza Carías will be attending Palo Alto College. Alyssa Marie Espinosa will be attending Palo Alto College. Arturo Esquivel will be attending San Antonio College. Valeria Estevane will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Sean Fisher will be attending San Antonio College. Heath Benjamin Freiberger will be attending Western Washington University. Hilliard Drew Galloway II will be attending St. Philip's College. Claudette Alexandra Garcia will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Emily D. Garcia will be attending Texas State University. Alyssa Jade Garza will be attending Palo Alto College. Jenna Garza will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Jose Antonio Garza will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Azriel Jacob Gisvine will be attending Northwest Vista College. Michael Anthony Godina will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces. Joe Anthony Gonzalez will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Julian Epifanio Gonzalez IV will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Avery Gonzalez will be pursuing Pathway to Industry. Elijah Alexander Graves will be pursuing the Pathway to Industry. Austin David Green will be attending Texas A&M College Station. Philip Israel Guerrero will be attending St. Philip's College.
I wait till she walks, right? Angelina Rose Guzman will be attending San Antonio College. Quentin Ornelas Hart will be attending Northwest Vista College. Alyssa Lee Heredia will be attending Texas State University. Sofia Patricia Hilario will be attending San Antonio College. Romeo Nathaniel Hinojosa will be attending San Antonio College. Sebastian Maximiano Hinojosa will be pursuing the Pathway to Industry. Joe Benjamin Huerta will be attending Northwest Vista College. Emmanuel Rashad Jaimes will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces. Xavier Nicholas James will be attending Palo Alto College. Paulina Jaramillo Romero will be attending San Antonio College. Miranda Giselle Jimenez Venegas will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Travis James Jorgensen will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces. Saul Alejandro Hernandez Juarez will be pursuing the Pathway to Industry. Cameron Lee Kreider will be attending San Antonio College. Kyan Anthony Kerr will be attending University of Texas San Antonio. Alfredo Serafin Lasso will be attending San Antonio College. Isabella Lourdes Lasso will be attending San Antonio College. LeBron Michael Lopez will be attending Our Lady of the Lake University. Nevaeh Rose Lopez will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Diego Ezequiel Luna will be attending San Antonio College. Natalie Marie Luna Cervantes will be attending Palo Alto College. Daniel Stephen Mabry will be attending Palo Alto College. Zachary Ethan Maldonado will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Jalen Gage Martinez will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Araceli Isabella Martinez Higgins will be attending Savannah College of Art and Design. Jolynn Autumn Medina will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Juan Mena Ortega Jr. will be attending University of New Mexico. Alfonso Jose Morales will be enlisting in the United States Armed Forces. Josiah Rain Moreno will be attending Texas State University. Ethan Jacob Nieto will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Julian Andres Nieto will be attending Northwest Vista College. Ulysses Cristobal Ortiz will be attending University of Texas at San Antonio. Ethan Pacheco will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Kylie Unique Peña will be attending University of the Incarnate Word. Grant Andrew Petri will be attending Texas A&M College Station. Joshua Ponce will be attending San Antonio College. Troy Michael Puryear will be attending San Antonio College. Finn Ellis Ralph will be pursuing the pathway to industry. Adamari Lucero Riojas will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Adrian Judas Rivera will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Christopher Rodriguez Castillo will be attending San Antonio College. Ruben Rojas Juarez will be attending Austin Community College. Aiden Ruiz will be attending St. Philip's College. Daniel Ruiz will be attending Our Lady of the Lake University. Atal Safe will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Luis Angel Salazar will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio. Adrian Alberto Salinas will be attending University of Texas, Dallas. Ricardo Santillan Jr. will be attending San Antonio College. Joshua Eli Santos Torres will be attending Palo Alto College. Melanie Denise Sierra will be attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Caleb Pfeiffer Spice will be pursuing the pathway to industry. Stephen Trevino will be attending St. Philip's College. Karine Valle Martinez will be attending Trinity University. Nicholas James Villanueva will be attending San Antonio College. Cristian Alejandro Ward will be attending University of California, San Diego. Zarina Chi Wason Carrington will be attending San Antonio College. Montrez Antonio Webster will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Daniel Isaiah Zamora will be attending Our Lady of the Lake University. Nathaniel Michael Zapata will be attending University of Texas, San Antonio. Brooke Marie Cepeda will be attending Texas A&M San Antonio.
Let's give the class of 2022 another round of applause. The word valediction comes from Latin and translates to the one who says farewell. Now that you have your diplomas in hand, seniors, please welcome the person who will get to have the final words this evening, Rain Aguilar.
The word patience is defined as the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. If there's one thing I could say to anyone who is entering high school, is in high school, or even raising a high schooler, I would say to have patience with yourself and others. I experienced my first year of high school in a state halfway across the country. As you can imagine, moving to Texas was a bit of a culture shock for me. Although I was born here and have traveled here every year, nothing can compare to actually living here. Coming to Cass Tech was an extremely unique experience that I wouldn't change for anything. Whenever I interact with people outside of CAST, I always make sure to emphasize how powerful our student-teacher relationships are here at our school. From getting to vent during lunch with my favorite teachers, to bonding over the Umbrella Academy in between math examples and Algebra 2, not sponsored, just a fan, and getting help finding a UX and social media internship from a Pathway teacher. I am grateful for the patience I have received from people who wanted to see me thrive. I knew I could achieve great things, but I didn't have the motivation I needed to get where I wanted to be entering high school. Everyone should get the chance to unleash their full potential, and this school gave me that push in the right direction. Earlier this evening, Raymond Gutierrez Jr. asked us to look back on who we were yesterday and compare. I like to look back at who I was 4 years ago, and I can say that I am not the same person I was, and I am so proud of the person I have become, despite the obstacles that I had to maneuver. Of course, there is always room to grow, and I am excited to see where this new chapter of my life is able to take me. I know from my own experiences that becoming a better person takes time. It won't happen overnight. I know that there are people who have different beliefs, goals, opinions, and I try to see it as a chance to learn and grow from someone else's perspective instead of letting it become divisive. Seeing how other people had patience with me during my high school journey taught me to have patience with others. As the ceremony comes to a close, I want to personally say thank you to the teachers who never gave up on us and showed us that we could do great things in life. The ones who extended our deadlines, gave us snacks when we asked for them, and checked in on us when they knew we were having a bad day. I want to thank the friends and families who supported us unconditionally, especially the ones that couldn't be here today, making the darkest of days just a little bit brighter. Without y'all, I don't know where we would be. Of course, we made the effort to get here, but you guys gave us the hope we needed to do so. I want to thank my fellow Cyberknights for making this experience one that I wouldn't change for the world. Through all the stress of school, COVID, personal loss, and becoming well-rounded adults, we finally made it here together. Growing up isn't easy, and I'm so proud to say that even through the struggle, we have gotten to where we are today. All our hard work and perseverance has paid off. Pushing through our hardships is what made the success feel so much more rewarding in the end. Even though this isn't really the end, it's the beginning. As we take this leap into the rest of our lives, I want everyone to remember that it does get better. All you have to do is have the patience to wait. Take time for yourself. It's okay to need a mental health break. And try to take time with others too, because you never know how bad someone's struggling. Finally, I would like to quote Mr. Barber and tell everyone here, if nobody has told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you. And now, for the final time this evening, I will ask the class of 2022 to rise. Please place your right hand on your tassel. Class of 2022. Graduates of 2022. Congratulations.
You may now toss your caps into the air. Graduates of 2022, we will now recess.
Congratulations to our graduates, family, and friends. San Antonio ISD is proud of the class of 2022. Thank you for being here for this memorable occasion. Please remember, you can relive today's graduation ceremony by visiting our district website. You can click www.saisd.net/graduation2022. There you can view an archived live stream of the graduation. And we are on social media. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at San Antonio ISD, on YouTube at SAISD Communications, and on Twitter at SAISD. Everyone will have the opportunity to greet their graduates outside in the parking lot area. As you exit, please continue to practice social distancing. And please remember to pick up your trash and take it with you. We have trash cans located at all exits where you can place your trash. Again, thank you for your support. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good luck, class of 2022.